Hello everybody and welcome to the Adventures of Drawing. I'll draw a scene for you today using a variety of pencils, a smudging tool and an eraser. So without further ado, let's go right into it. Okay, the next day and I've forgotten to set up the scene up front. The little frame, but that's not too big of a problem, is it? Okay, there we go. All right, starting with the sky. Mid value up here, and then getting lighter towards the horizon. Like so. Up there. Okay. Let's get a little darker up here. Get a little more variety in the sky. A little larger variety of values. Okay. Now I take the smudging tool and make it smooth. Round about like so. I think that's enough already. Okay. Now I want to set up my scene. Let's say we've got a little something over here. Then there's something over there, and we've got some dunes over here. Those should go more towards this part of the sky in order for it to look the way I wanted it to, but now I've made it like this. It's going to look a little strange, but that's what it is. Okay, the light will be coming from the right, so I'm going to erase the value of the sky in those areas of the sand dunes. Those are going to be lighter than the sky, very bright. And then just some structure down here. And some lines coming down here from those dunes. Now this entire area is going to be in the shadow. The entire left area of the dunes. So it gets the value of the HB pencil. I want to make it darker than the sky. And of course darker than the light areas. Yeah, let me fill in those areas as well. There's something going to be there, but I'll fill that in anyway. Just fill in this entire area. This takes a while. It's almost the entire scene. But we'll get there eventually. Okay, there we go. Now I'll do this part in the distance first. Let me give that a couple more shadows. We can see sun areas and shadow areas of the dunes back there. So there are some lighter and some darker areas. And since it's so much in the distance, there's not a lot of contrast. That's why I'm not using a dark pencil, just the HB pencil for the shadows, and I'm also filling in a very light value for the sunny areas. Okay. Now back to this right here in front of us. Those edges right here are the lightest areas of the shadow areas. Therefore, I will make all the other areas a little darker. So you see right here, the area left to each of those lines is going to be darker than the area just right of it. Like so. And down here, this entire area. Then we've got this one over here. There's another area. Back there. Right here, like so. And then this one right in front of us. Okay. Let's get some more shadow areas in there. Some darker areas. With the, oh, this is the 7B pencil. The 3B pencil. And just to the very left of each of those lines, there's going to be a little even darker area. Maybe there. Give them a little varying shapes, just to vary the shape of the dunes a little bit. Maybe like so. And up there it gets lighter, so I make the distance between the lines a little larger. And maybe it goes down here a little bit. Let's say there's another area right here. And something down there. Oh, okay, maybe just a tiny area right here. Like so. All right. Now there's nothing going to be here. So I'll already draw in the foreground on this dune that is closest to us. We can see the rippling of the sand. And I'm making this just the way I draw in the waves in the water when they are close to the observer. Very slightly wavy lines with a little bit of dynamic. I'm trying to make them follow the slope of the dune. So I have to make them a little bit flatter, maybe like so. Okay. Now let me fill in a couple of those gaps. Doesn't look a lot like grooves in the sand, but it's what I came up with for this scene. So yeah, and I think it's a start for this technique. It's going to get better eventually. Okay, next I want something right here. I've been talking about dunes, so I think you can guess what this is going to be right here. It's going to be an oasis right there, some palm trees and some bushes growing at the very edge. Just indicate the outlines, or before I do that, let me draw the water surface. Since there's going to be things overlapping, plants overlapping with the water surface, and it's more easy to draw it this way. Could do it the other way around, I guess, but I think this is making it a little bit more easy on me. So I'm going along with always horizontal lines, and I'm creating a couple of darker areas in the water. Now let's first indicate a shoreline so that I know where I can draw and can't draw. Right there, over there, and then back there. Okay, and now I take the HB pencil and I try to make some straight lines back here, some waves that we can see a little further away. And I'll switch to the 3B pencil again and create a couple of waves that are very close to us. Now I'll make those lines a little bit wavy and make them have dynamics. Some parts of the line are going to be thinner than others. Make some of them merge, like so. Okay, and then some are on the outside right here, maybe one up there. Okay, let me draw those waves all the way down here. It doesn't have to be, there could be also a very still area of the water surface, but in this case, there are waves all the way down here. Now, let me continue to draw those bushes in here. For each area of the land that pokes into the water, there are some bushes growing. Some up here as well, like so. Okay. And now I'm going to... I'm not going to erase the area behind the bushes, since there's not a lot behind them. I'll just go in and create some shadows to the left of each of the volumes that I indicated earlier. Just some curly lines to the left of each volume. Okay. I'm realizing that the ratio of the dunes to the trees does look more natural than I thought it would look when I drew the first line. Right here, I thought that I screwed the ratio up, which I sort of did. I wanted it to look differently, wanted the dunes to be larger than they appear right now, but I'm realizing that the way I drew them, they still at least look realistic. Like this is a scene that you could encounter, and I'm pretty glad about that. Of course, it's just by accident. It's not through my efforts that it looks realistic. It's an accident, but we let accidents happen here. You know what it is. Okay. All the way back there. Almost done with the bushes. Yep. Now I want some palm trees to grow there that I already indicated with those lines. Let me grab a finer eraser and erase a line to the right of each of those palm trees so that we can have a light area. Okay, let me quickly knock off the residue. All right. Now I'm taking the 3B pencil and I'm giving each palm tree the outline on the shadow side. And right here I want it to be a little bit more irregular. Since there's all sort of material poking out of the tree to every side. Those palm trees are not very flat on their trunk, they're very rough. So we don't want a straight line there. We want it to be irregular and with spikes. Okay, now I'll extend the shadow into the middle of this volume of each palm tree. Okay. And next step, I'm just going in to the sun side, trying to create also a very rough surface. Okay, there we go. Then let's give those palm trees some leaves. Just some curvy lines coming down from the top. All the way into the sky and hanging down here. And then we'll give those some, I don't know what that's called, segments. And right here I do exactly the same thing that I do for the evergreens. Just a very fine and close zigzag pattern. And then up here I draw the part of the leaves that holds it all together to make that straight. All right. This leaf, and then we've got this one back here. Okay, and yeah, this one goes to the same tree as well. Right there. And then we go to the next one. This one looks a little strange. Well, that's what it is. Doesn't always turn out perfect. Okay, on to the last tree. Those leaves poking up are kind of hard to draw, since the angle of the lead changes, and therefore the shape of the lead as contact with the paper changes. It's a little bit unpredictable. Okay, there we go. Let's clean up the edges. Okay. Knock off the residue. And there we have our scene for the day. Okay. I hope you like what you see right here. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you got something out of it. Some motivation or inspiration to be creative or get some work done. Maybe just a relaxing watch. If you find yourself coming back to the channel, please consider subscribing. Give the video a like if you like what you see, and drop down in the comments to tell me what you think. So, with all that said, thank you again for dropping by, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.